I love you guys. Not me jumping straight into the recording in progress because I'm like, we got to go. All right, y'all. So what's up? Is Trader Bay is Danny. It's your girl. Welcome to Trader Psychology Bootcamp with Trader Bay. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this. If I don't enjoy nothing else in the market, which I actually enjoy a lot of things about our market and people, I enjoy this. I do want to say to you guys that tonight is being recorded. Um, Let me see here. Because I am going to actually post this on there we go. I'm going to post it on my podcast show. I say that every time. I have like 3 episodes to upload. So, podcast world, I love you. I'm sorry. Okay. And then to you guys, yeah, just be very, very cognizant of your mic coming on because you'll be on the radio sooner or later. All right. So, anyways, let's hit share and then let's hit this one right here. It'll give you an overview of what we're talking about tonight. So we have Trader Psychology with Trader Bay, trading SPX and QQQ without self-sabotage, the psychology of precision. These are two very popular tickers that everybody loves, and I felt like I really wanted to dig into it. So I asked for some talk topics to my favorite, platform to help me organize my thoughts. And she knows a lot about me and how I trade. Like I document trades in there, I document levels in my chat GPT. I document so much about me and my trading journey. So it's so funny. Like when I asked, I was like, all right, I want to talk about SPX and QQQ for psychology tonight. And then ChatGPT is like, this is so on brand for you, being that you love to trade them. I was like, girl, don't, okay, thanks. I was like, this is your lane. So I was like, okay. So gave me talk topics, and now I'm going to take those talk topics. I'm going to put them into real life experience. I'm going to be very candid with you guys tonight. So one of the things I want to use tonight on these 30 minutes, well, probably like 28 minutes or whatever, is I really want to actually do a lot of self-disclosure because I feel like a lot of people who own Discords and a lot of people who teach or a lot of people who are in the public eye kind of scoot by the fact that accounts have been blown. They've not been in profit. They've broken even, on certain weeks or have seen red months or whatever the case is. And so you guys are coming into these discords and these trading spaces and you're seeing your person consistently hit and you're not making that connection that just last year or just 2 years ago, or for some of them not fully self-disclosing, they're missing trades all the time. And you guys are beating yourself up about it. Like, oh man, if I just would have held SPX longer, if I would have just waited for QQQ to do this. And it's like, I get that your person that you look up to appears as though they have it all together, but I'm gonna tell you as a person running a Discord that every day I learn something new in the market, and you will forever be a student of the market. I feel like the stock market really checks your ego. Even when you think you know it all, there's going to be something new that you learn. So one thing I would like to say to you tonight is that you're never done learning until the very last day that you take a trade. You will always learn something new about the market. It never stops. There is something new every single time. I don't want you guys to let people make you feel bad for, oh, you only been trading for 6 months. I mean, like, okay, and you've been trading for 10 years in the market, it's still different. And what are we talking about right now? So you could get up out my face. Thank you. Like, literally, I need y'all to just understand everybody's in a learning curve. Everybody is doing this together. And just as you're missing the mark on trades, so are others. So, self disclosure, I've been in a group before where the person missed on the initial QQQ, but had enough money to get back in the next QQQ and triple the profit, right? So this person goes to the timeline, they're like, we did good, blah, 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 blah. I'm sitting here, I did horrible. Okay. Like, what are we talking about? I was down $250. Yeah, but that's because I was not able to jump back in. I full ported like a fool. Okay, sorry, a full fool. I full ported and we did a liquidity sweep and then we decided to go in the other direction. And I felt that in my chest, baby. I felt it in my chest, my heart, my stomach, my behind, my feet, everywhere. Everywhere I was just like spaghetti. It was like, oh my God. Now, my person who was teaching me looked like they was on their A game and we didn't get into a losing trade at first to the collective. But here I am sitting here with a hole in my portfolio because I didn't have the money to be able to do that. So I want to tell you, it happens all the time. It's a frequent thing, and you're not by yourself. That even the people who make thousands of dollars a month off of these discords and these communities and schools and webinars, etc., they make mistakes. Why? Because we're human and we don't really have control of the stock market. Okay, you have no control over it. So before I go any further with me getting into the role, we're going to go ahead and get into these topics. So I am going to first, tell you what the information is I want to convey to you, and then I'm going to relate it. And we're going to just keep working through it like that. So tonight isn't about levels, it's not about indicators, and it's not about you finding the perfect entry. It's about why y'all keep breaking y'all's rules when you're trading SPX and QQQ specifically. Because SPX and QQQ did not blow your account, your nervous system did. So a lot of you guys are going through physiological changes when you're trading and you don't even realize it. And if you don't know how to calm yourself or ground yourself or center yourself, you are negatively impacting your trading journey and your trades. So SPX and QQQ, they're not slow tickers. We all know that. They move very fast and they punish hesitation. And because of that, they trigger three psychological wounds. The first wound is the fear of missing out, so FOMO. Okay, and I know you guys go through this, so boom, here's my self disclosure. I'm a FOMO. I literally have to be like, Dennis, if you don't get your act together, because I literally will see something trigger my level, and I'm waiting for that retest or whatever the case is, and it doesn't give me that, and I'm like, you know what, I should just jump in because this candle could be like a 50-point candle. I've done that before and it was horrible. Okay. I actually got clapped up because it was a very expansive candle, very quick, never retested, and it was manipulation. So I am a victim of FOMO, just like some of y'all are. Y'all hear somebody on the timeline say, ooh, gold, ooh, SPY, ooh, this, and then you're automatically like back on your phone seeing if you could get in something on TradingView. Baby, if you wasn't, here's my rule of thumb that I've done with myself, I'm passing to you. If I was not in that trade at 9:30, or I wasn't swinging that trade from Monday or last Friday, that trade not finna see me because the move has been made. Okay. So like I always trade AMD. I did not trade AMD last night, and after market it shot up with a crazy candle. I could have chased that this morning, got into AMD, and guess what? It retraced that God candle that it gave. And I could have got clapped up. But because my thing was, if I wasn't already in AMD, I'm not touching it. If it didn't come back and retrace and retest and then shoot back up, I'm not touching it. I saved myself and my portfolio from going through that. Okay. Next, revenge trading after your stop hit. Baby, SPX tag your level, wick you out, and runs without you. Your ego will say, it should not have stopped me. I'm going to get it back. Just one more trade. But what's really happening is you're trying to restore emotional control and not financial gain, because some of y'all hate being wrong. Some of y'all is me. Me is some of y'all. We don't like being wrong. We don't like being incorrect, and we feel like we have a point to prove. There's no point to prove. There's no point to prove. The only point that you need to be proving is protecting your capital inside of your brokerage. Other than that, there's nothing to prove. It is not like, oh, I got to do good on this trade so I could go report to the Twitter timeline. I literally deactivated my Twitter just so I could stop doing that. I was like, why am I sitting here posting this like it's a freaking progress report? 100%, oh, 300%, 400%. Like, for what? I couldn't wait to get my hands on one of them little blue not this, yeah, the screenshot where you click save it on Webull about your profits. And it's like, no, and sometimes I've been in trades that SPX, she's good for it, wick me out of my position and then do what I needed her to do. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna re-enter only to get in at a worse entry, sometimes getting in further out with my ticker, my strike price, because I've already invested, a certain amount on that first go around, only to get clapped up. Don't be like me, okay? And then there's the prove it trade. So this is very big for people who trade SPX, raising my hand. You want to prove that you can catch the full move. You want to prove that you're not a rookie to people. You want to prove that you have, like, for those who maybe own discords or whatever the case is, like that you got the knowledge, or you have the successful energy around your trades. And when you're doing that about this prove it thing to the collective, you're literally setting yourself up for failure. You're not scaling, you ignoring your structure, you ignoring your levels, and you're oversizing and literally messing yourself up because you want to prove something to the collective. Bump the collective. Baby, if you never let us know ever again how much you made on a trade, we will be okay, because it's not about us, it's about you. It's about your financial freedom, it's about your happiness and all of that. So trying to prove something to SPX is how you end up donating to the SPX fund. Pretty sure you guys have done that. So now we're going to go into section 2. We're going to talk about SPX, QQQ, and the nervous system. All right. SPX and QQQ have quick expansions and violent pullbacks. They love to do liquidity sweeps and false breakouts. And so if you don't have a trained nervous system, you are literally going to set yourself up for failure, because you're not going to be able to regulate your emotions. You're not going to be able to ground yourself. So, as a counselor, I worked in a residential eating disorder facility for some years. I've also worked mental health for children and adults, hospice social worker, hospital social worker. So, as you can see, I've worked with all calibers of people. One of my favorite things is dialectical behavioral therapy. It's called DBT. So it deals with your senses, and it's all of your favorite things that ground you and bring you back. So it could be, it's like auditory, it's what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you feel, right? And so you want to have your favorite blanket near you, your favorite drink near you, your favorite music playing, and even your favorite scent. Whether you have an air diffuser, cologne, whatever it is that you like, that smell, you should have it near you. And what happens is when you're getting too worked up and you're doing too much, and you have that favorite blanket around you or whatever, or those your lucky socks or your lucky drawers, that every time I wear these pair of drawers, man, like I be running it up. When you have that, it helps ground you again. Like, why did I choose? I thought of Will Smith with his lucky draws, and he was like, Hillary, not my lucky draws. But anyways, it brings you back into where you need to be. Dialectical behavioral therapy was something that I use on the eating disorder the kids a lot. I loved it. We had a whole corner for it. There's an entire corner that had like four drawers, so to speak, and it had items in it that you could smell, that would not taste, because they was going through a little or something, but that you could smell, that you could touch, that you could listen to, that you could see, and it was really nice, and it kept them grounded. So I need you, as your homework tonight, in your trading station or when you're trading, to at least have 3 of 5 of your favorite senses in a good energy or in something that brings you back to reality. Okay. So if you got to chew your favorite gum, listen to your favorite lo-fi music, jazz music, or rap music. Cause like me, I'm like, last time that I checked, it was no smut on my rep. Hey, like I'm out here, young, move that dough, move that dough, move, like that's me. That might not be you. I have a Thug Life playlist. It's like, do what you need to do to keep yourself grounded. And when I'm, rapping Rick Ross lyrics, that really grounds me. It gets me going. It's provocative. So next, your pre-trade identity check, okay? So before you get into your trades, you need to make sure you're calm. Are you entering at your level, or are you just jumping in because you just want to jump in? Would you take this trade on a real account? And when I say a real account, like a real account with big money, right? Something where, let's say you work for JP Morgan. Would you be taking this at the JP Morgan headquarters? And if you wouldn't, then you shouldn't be taking it, okay? Pretend like you work for them every single day, all right? And then also, if you lose, how do you feel? So today, I'm gonna be very candid with you guys as we go to section 4. I actually lost today in the market for no reason at all. My stops kept getting hit. I took 3 trades and I had my take profits and then my stop losses, and they were very tight on my prop firm, and we kept wicking into them only to go in the direction we were supposed to go. I'm not upset about those losses from today. I don't care. Why? Because I honored my entry levels. I knew what my entry levels were. Yeah, my stop loss was tight, but yeah, I'm trying not to do too much, because it could have been worse than that. It could have been where it was a crazy rejection and a reversal to the upside, or whatever it was that I was working with. I think I was in calls. Yeah, I was in calls. So a reversal to the downside or whatever, and it could have been horrible. And so with that being said, I'm not upset about it. And that's how you know that you're grounded. That's how you know that you had conviction, you had the setup, and you ain't pressed because everybody has to pay market tuition one way or another. Okay, so you have to get to that level. We're working right through these sections here. We're on section 5, so we're doing really good, okay? There are 4 SPX psychological rules. If price is expanding fast, you need to wait for the retracement. And she gonna do it every time, baby. She gonna go in one direction and run like a track star. She's a runner, she's a track star. And then when she get tired, okay, and she turn around and come back, boom, you okay, there you go. Rule 2, if you feel rushed, do not enter. Do not feel like at 9:28, oh my God, I gotta make a trade, I gotta make a trade. Absolutely not. You do not have to make a trade at freaking 9:30. Okay? Please relax. Trust me on this. You'll actually catch some really good moves on the 4 hour time frame, anyways, which is normally going to be the 10 o'clock candle on futures and what is it? The 10:30 candle or something like that on options. I don't know how they do it. But yeah, the 4 hour time frame. So honestly, that first couple of minutes, you really need to chill out and you're doing too much. Rule number 3, after one emotional loss, you need to have a reset. Walk away from the computer, baby. You ain't got nothing to prove. You will be fine. Scale out on strength and don't be so convicted on the move that you're just like, yeah, I'm going to hold it to your detriment. Absolutely not. If you really see that like it's reversing and it's not, because a lot of y'all have a problem with cutting losers and then you got a problem with keeping winners. We need to flip that, okay? And so make sure that you start to pay attention to what a losing trade looks like and what a winning trade looks like that you do, and then look for those cues again in your future sessions and you'll know, oh, this looks like my losing type trade. This looks like when I'm losing. Boop, boop. This looks like when I won or, when I earned the last time. And I promise you it'll work, okay? Section 6. Ooh, Lord, I want all these sections, Jesus. Okay. The emotional mistake most SPX traders make. SPX traders try to prove how much they can make instead of protecting what they have, baby. I kid you not. And a lot of people who come to me for the one-on-one on SPX be like, and I just see such and such like doing this and making like $2,000. And I'm like, how? And it's like, don't worry about the how yet. Can we first get you to 100 percenters? Can we get you to 30 percenters for a week, then 50 percenters for the next week, then 100 percenters for the next week, then 200 percenters, then 600, then 900, then 1,000 percenters? Can we do that? Can we do that? Because that person had enough capital to get in and sit through all types of drawdown and draw back and draw under and over, under, and out that you will never be able to sit through. Why? Because your bank account and your brokerage ain't matching that. So comparing yourself to these other traders and then being like, "Oh, why don't I have what they have?" That's you're doing yourself a disservice. Please mind your business. I know that they put on the timeline for you to see, but that's not your trade. What God has for you, it's for you, and what God got for them is for them. You need to stay in your lane, and then you wouldn't be sitting there comparing yourself and feeling like you don't know how to trade SPX. That's right. I just got in your business and did. Okay. So, anyways, profitable traders show up daily. They take base hits, they respect their invalidations, and accept red days. Unprofitable traders need to hit a home run on day one. They like to quit when they lose. They want to blame the ticker. Oh, I hate SPX. I hate trading. I ain't. Now, I'm about to drag myself because I did have that feeling not too long ago. I was like, I don't even want to trade no more. Like, girl, for what? Why you don't want to trade no more? Why you don't want to trade no more? Because what? You put all these loops and whatever in the way. It's your fault. So, anyways, when you're having those feelings, just try to shake that off and search for the solution. I do a lot of that. I'm very solution focused. What's my solution now? I feel like I'm mad at SPX or I feel like I'm mad at QQQ or MU or AMD or whatever the case is, or Trump with his slew foot. Oh God, this is a podcast. Forgive me, podcast world, but I'm mad at him for bumping his gums and saying something and affecting the market. I don't need to be mad at nobody but myself. Understand? So now we're going to reframe our losses. A loss on SPX is actually you're a failure. It's the setup. failed. Okay. So losing a trade is information, but blowing an account is emotional repetition. Again, hear me out. When you lose a trade, you're gaining information, you're learning. But when you sit up there and purposely tilt and blow an account, now you're messing with your nervous system, and it then becomes repetition, and you're like literally dysregulating your emotional like compass, literally. So you're messing yourself up. So the closing statement here is I don't need to catch every SPX move. I only need the trades that align with my plans and my peace. Because y'all not going to get funded or grow your account by being aggressive. You're going to grow your account and get funded because you're stable. Okay. So, with that being said, I'm going to hit a couple of questions. I know I'm talking fast, but I really want to get you guys in and out. Psychology says I got 30 minutes to captivate y'all attention and keep it. After that, you're checked out. You're trying to cook your food. You're trying to see what's up. You're trying to see what's on the chart. And I know darn well if anybody is in here tonight and you looking at the chart while you in a psychology class, I'm going to take off my shoe. I'm going to take off my sandal. I'm going to give you a pow pow because you can't even focus if you're over here. So I better not feel it in the spirit that none of y'all is trading. You'll be all right. You'll catch it. All right. Okay. So, what emotion do you guys most feel when you're trading SPX, QQQ, or at all? I need you to drop it in the chat. We need to get interactive. What emotion do you feel the most when you're trading? Do you feel happy? Do you feel apprehensive? Are you nervous? Are you scared? Okay. And then I want to know if, on top of that, have you ever revenge traded? And then on top of that, I want to know who has cut their winners too soon. And we're gonna dig into that, and then this is it. Okay, we good. Like we had church. Anxiety like ML right here, right here. I used to sit down, and my heart would be like this, and I'm like, what is going on, girl? Like it's the same market, it's the same ticker. You trading with the same degens across the world. Like what are you why are you so hyped about it? And I literally had to like tone it down a little bit and do more things that mellowed me out. For those who like to do things that mellow them out, not me, but y'all who do that. Those who take ADHD medications, do that. Those who are holistic and like a little chamomile tea, do that. Those that like to praise the Lord with some gospel music, do that. And those who like to get thug like me and then freaking sing gold all in my mouth, like that stuff, do that. Okay, I promise you it'll bring that heart rate back to where it needs to be. Nervous and anxious, I feel my blood pressure spike like a bungee jump. Nervous and anxiety, oh my goodness, my babies. Every morning you have to have something at your trading station moving forward that brings you peace. I need it. I don't care if it's something that your grandmama gave you. I don't care if it's a Bible. I don't care if it's a cup of coffee. I don't care if it's your favorite tea, green tea, whatever it is. I don't care if you're trading at work, on the go, on vacation, in the house, wherever. I need you to start your day with your trade, your levels, and something that is your favorite thing that brings you all the way back here. Okay? I need y'all to promise me that for the next 7 days till we meet again. Now let's talk about my babies that said cutting trades too quick. So I like to do this with people. When you're in these trades, pay attention to the levels. And if you're on, let's say you entered on the hourly time frame of a break, you got to give it an hour to play out. Let's say you entered on the 15 minute. You got to give it the 15 minutes to play out. I know, baby, it's hard on you, ain't it? If you have to set a timer and walk away, put the phone down. Just get off the computer, get off the phone, get out of Weeble, get off of Thinkorswim, get out of Robinhood, okay? Walk away, set a timer for the time frame you entered on, and I want you to come back at that time frame. And I guarantee you will stop cutting your winners too soon. But y'all get in on a god darn 1 hour and want to cut the trade in 5 minutes. Like, that's like, Yo, if I was a ticker, I'd be mad. I'd be like, I ain't even get started yet. Like, we literally just got started. You ain't even let me open my mouth yet, and you done already shut me up. Literally, you're like, what you got to say? And I was like, ah, and you was like, ah, shut up, we're done. Thanks. No, no, no. Okay, thanks. Got it. Okay, cool. um, Mr. Trade 504 says, Jex has helped me be a little more calmer, and I love that for him. So Mr. Trade 504 drop in the chat what Jex means for others, or the GEX, so that they could take a look at that. And then let me see, exit trades too fast. Let me look at the other one. What was the other one? Cutting trades too quick. Both of my babies. Gamma exposure. Okay, guys, talking about gamma exposure. So we're talking about the Greeks and the exposure. So that is something that could help. But yeah, y'all gotta stop cutting quickly, and you gotta give it to, if you are getting a trade from the Jess of all trades, and she got take profit one, two, three, four, and five, and you cut on number two just because we got a little squiggly. One thing I want you to go and do and look at the chart. Go to QQQ, go to SPY, go to SPX tonight, and you will see that when we pull back, we never, hardly ever pull back far enough where we go past the day's opening price. So, like literally, if we start low, this is the opening price, and we're going high. When we pull back, we never come all the way back beneath opening and then shoot up. That's very rare. Normally, we come right to it, and you go, "Ooh, let me get out, let me get out." And when you're getting out, guess what? They picking up some more orders, and they took it. Yeah. So try this for me. Put your stop loss at break even. Wherever you enter at, mark that line or do your limit order to enter at a particular price and put your stop loss right, break even in your mind on the chart. Guarantee you, you'll never touch it. You might tap it and you're going to bounce off of it and you're going to keep going. Stay in your trade as long as you're whatever time frame you're on, that you're like, if it's an hour, stay in it an hour. If it's a 15-minute you enter on, stay in it 15 minute. If it's 30 minute, stay on the 30 minute. Stay in it 30 minutes. Stop chart watching and stop phone watching, and just make sure that you set an alert that now we've gotten back to break even. You could do that in Webull, Thinkorswim, or whatever the case is. You know where the break even is on the chart. Ask for them to give you an alert that tells you when we've reached that price point, and guarantee you we'll never we don't touch it. We don't touch it. And in the rare fact that we do, we are probably tanking. You will be able to close your trade, reevaluate, get into a put, and grab everything back that you just lost. Because on the day that we do that, the day that we have enough momentum to break back through opening price on a downside, like if we start up and we're going down, the day that we come back through here, ooh, something good has happened. You could pivot on that one, baby. And the same thing if SPX starts here and we're going up and we come back down through here like that, it's going to be strong enough that you can catch that move. Okay. So there you go. You called it. I trade like I got something to prove. Daniel, me too. Me too. And essentially, when I started owning this Discord, I did put that inflated, like, oh, you got to prove to people that you should be able to own it. I don't got to prove nothing to you. Either you like the Discord or you don't. Baby, it's free. It's a free Discord. You can get in and not have to pay a dime. So what I got to prove to you for? What do I need to prove to you? I literally create these channels with all of this knowledge of videos that I watched before I could ever afford a mentorship. Went and watched them, went and applied them, made money, got enough for a mentorship, went and found Sierra Aaliyah because she was going viral for getting a new car, and then I did what I had to do. I don't owe it to nobody for nothing. Now, if somebody was paying me $100 a month to be in my Discord, yeah, I guess I do got to show y'all a little shine. Because, as you dropping $100 to be here, I need to show you something, right? A free Discord, I don't got to show nothing. I had to tell myself, I was like, yo, get it together. Goodness, just when you do your trade and do it well. Don't be nervous about, oh, I gotta go to the timeline and show people that I made. On SPX, sometimes, bro, you don't even have to hit 1,000 percenter. You can take a base hit of 30% and come out with $500. I've done it before. Like literally. So even when you're like, oh, well, I don't want to post this 30% because people might pick on me or they might say, like, that's only 30%. Who cares? Are your bills paid? Is your brokerage doing good? Is your psychology doing well? Okay, there we go. So using the levels that you talked about last week help, especially how you explain the daily and the 4 hour true. Exactly. The 4 hour is okay. And then the daily is oh, man, I'm a stratter through and through. So yeah, I that's how I have really helped my trading journey. I hope that tonight and even when you guys go back and you listen to it, it'll help you out. Right now, you're putting too much pressure on yourself. Right now, you have a point to prove to whom I don't know. Because anybody on the timeline who ain't been shooting with you in the gym, who ain't paying your bills, not funding you, not feeding you, or anything else of that sort, you have nothing to prove to them. They're doing nothing for you, you know? And sometimes we got to disconnect from social media at times just so that we can kind of focus and then be like, you know what? Exactly. Also, let these trades, like, please let the trades play out, y'all. Put the stop loss at the low of the day or the high of the day, please, and just let the trade play out. God darn, just okay. When you sit down to the computer, make sure that you got your favorite drink and make sure you got your favorite songs playing, whether that's trap music, whether that's jazz, a little Anita Baker, a little Luther Vandross, okay? Shout out to Jamie Foxx, but or your lucky draws, like Will Smith says, have something that brings that peace back to you, that clarity. And for me, I'm gonna leave off on this note. I said this already. That 50%er don't play. It doesn't play. That's my babe. 50%er of the previous candle does not play. But I said this in another live. I think it was Sunday. I'm gonna say it again. The moment that I started smacking on my swings, I'm not trying to push no agenda. So I'm gonna give it to you in a couple of ways. I had started praying and asking God to open my eyes, my ears, and my mind to see what I need to see on the chart. And I exponentially took off on my swings. And I kid you not, I have been led to tickers. Like I'll be minding my business and I will feel this like outside of my indicator that I've used because right now I can't even use it. I got to update. I got to get with her. Anyways, I'll feel a tug like go check such and such, and I'll go and I'll look on the daily time frame. I'm like, this is my setup for a swing, and then it's just like enter, and then I enter, and then y'all see me hit 600%, 300%, whatever. Another thing that helped me my friendship with the Just of All Trades. I remember when I was so busy taking, I think it was like 50%, cutting early, and she said, okay, Danny, if you're doing this good on swings and you're at least seeing 50%, please let it go to 100. What are you doing? And I was like, girl, I'm just taking my price. She's like, no, don't just take your profit. Let your swing play out. Let your swing play out and see how it goes. And so between that and prayer, I have consistently hit big on my swings. And it's funny because people are like, it's not a swing market, baby. I don't know what what market I'm swinging in, like Sia from the chandelier, but I'm swinging just fine. I swing 1 to 2 times a week, and I'm okay. So I don't know how it's not a swing market, but I'm going to swing from him, you okay, and will and does and do it very well. So I don't know. And that's why I say I stay in my lane and I mind my business because what somebody says is not working for them, they ain't got nothing to do with me. God got my back. My prayers are working and I'm focused. All right. So if you don't subscribe to God and prayers and things like that, manifest, set your intentions, write it down, put it on a dry erase board, put it on a piece of paper on the desk, write it on the screen on your computer, write it on the mirror in the bathroom. Today I am focused. Today I'm hitting 100% or I'm, doubling my profit today. Today I am doing this. I am successful. I am wealthy. I am blessed. My paths are open. My roads are open. You know, just do that, and I guarantee it's gonna work. Because your energy around you it responds to what you say you are, what you feel you are, and what you believe that you are. When those three can get into alignment, everything else has to bow down to that. I gotta bow down to it. Your trades gotta bow down to it. Everything starts to because you'll be on point with your trades. Okay, so I love y'all. We're gonna get out of here. I gotta go check my food because yeah, and we got 10 minutes. If you have any questions for me, hit me up over in Impact FMP, Wrist to Riches. I will have some levels pumping out Impact and FMP for SPX. I love you guys. Wrist to Riches, I'll probably throw a swing over in our Discord tonight. I love y'all too. Thank you guys so much for trusting me. And it's only up from here, okay? So, y'all have a blessed night. Thank you so much. You're welcome, baby. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys. Okay.